What's up to everybody? We're going to get started here in just a second. Video, folks. Welcome back, folks. It is the Voice of Onewheel hanging out with you. God bless America. We made it happen. Thank you for being here. Just making sure that the microphone and everything sounds good because last year was poo-poo. Not last year, last week. Thanks for joining us. We've got a story for you that you're just not ready for, but I'm going to trust you with it anyway, and we'll see how you do with it. But I've got a whole panel of guests here. Nick Everett's going to join us from the UK. Vince Vaughn as well from the UK. You know we've got Andrew Williams and Ryan Sherwood as well. Less is more is here. I mean, the whole thing is happening. So just stay tuned, folks, because Belly is here too. He's excited to talk to you. In fact, I can even show you. There he is right now. Belly, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. Good to be here. Good to see you.
It's so good when it works out. Belly, I had to learn new keys here because of something that happened. So can I just tell you a quick story and then we'll get to our panel?
Sure, of course.
Okay, so what happened, folks? I will just explain with 2 words. Pop, pop! I don't know what that was. And it was raining, it was lightning, and it was storming. And I was, whatever. I was just walking through my house. And it was like 8:30 at night. And I just heard pop. And I was like, what is that? I thought something fell. And so I kept walking. And about 2-3 minutes later, I was sitting on my couch in my living room where I have it's like the end of my couch is here and then the wall is here. There's probably like a 3-inch gap. And as I was sitting on the couch, I just heard pop. Fuck. And I was like, oh, it's a water bottle. It's an empty water bottle crackling. Belly, you know that sound of an empty water bottle crackling. It's indistinguishable. Like, you can't miss it.
Sure. I mean, it's definitely something that has a unique sound, so hopefully that was it.
I think you know where this is going because you know the end game here. I went to go pick up the water bottle in the gap, and there was nothing there. Just my outlet. And it had just thundered and lightninged like 3 seconds ago. And so what Lyle and I think happened is a ground spike hit, and I'm on the first floor. And it's just weird because my computer, my desktop computer, think about a $2,500 gaming computer with the glass window and all the colors and things flying around and 50 bands. It was on, and I heard those 2 pops. And then I realized the next day it was not on, and I know it was on. I didn't turn it off because I play VR on it. I know it was on. It was off, and it will not turn on. So we had to redo everything here again when I promised you guys that everything was going to be back to normal this week. And Belly knows that, like, it's unheard of to try to figure out these new buttons. And now I'm doing it on a Mac. Everything's different. It's like we're used to it on a PC. So, Belly, I hope you don't feel my stress through the microphone, but I want to just nerd out with you for a second because I know you're probably one of the few people who will feel my pain.
Well, I feel like a few people know that sound from a couple of power supplies for their Onewheels making that pop sound
I've
and that sparking up. But I'm glad nothing caught fire. I'm glad that no one was hurt in the process of the surge. And hopefully it's just the power supply simple power supply replacement and not the motherboard fried.
Well, what he's talking about, folks, is that I'm sure you've seen it. People have been posting about it in the groups. Their charger has just fried off, and I think that's where we'll take it to our panel. So let's do that. Lyle, everybody looks like they're ready to go. Let's start with Andrew Williams and see if he's ever experienced a charger that has fried, that is literally cut. The wire is fried in half. Have you ever seen this or had this happen to you?
Dude, yeah, I've had that happen twice, and I've also had the arc pops in the controller.
What does that mean?
Like, sometimes, plugging into the board after you've already plugged into the wall, there will be an arc between the actual power source and the controller board. I don't know why, but it happens. And it literally burned up about a quarter of the board.
Jesus. All right.
What?
Yeah. Who was that? Who wants to get in here? Who was that?
It wasn't me.
Get Nick Everett in here. Let me get Nick from
That's
the UK.
crazy.
What do you think, Nick? Has this ever happened to you, man?
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, I've had some fun with electricity in the past. I mean, not necessarily a charger, but I've accidentally crossed the polarity on a car battery. That was fun, and alternator went up in smoke. But nothing RE Onewheel. I've been pretty lucky so far. No problems to report.
Well, you run a shop in the UK, so tell us about that and what's probably the craziest thing that has come through your shop.
Oh my gosh. So obviously with pincoke.co.uk, we make custom kicks. I don't even know if I can say what I've had to put on some kicks. Some of them are pretty graphic. I mean, I can say some people's nicknames are interesting, and I'm surprised they want them on their boards.
Yeah, well, they don't realize that you're going to see them, and so does everybody else. Let's keep it with less is more. I want to go. We're continental today. Leslie, where are you joining us from, Leslie?
Where what?
Where are you? Where are you right now? Are you in France?
Yeah, in south of France, in Montpellier.
Darn right. So what kind of one-wheel riding is best in France? Grass, trails, the street? What do you like best?
I like both. I like off-road, like streets, because Montpellier, my city, is very, very cool to ride because there is a lot of little hills. So you can ride a lot of the street, but we got also off-road and nice in the nature. So we got beach too. South of France is perfect to ride one wheel, so I like to ride everywhere.
Okay, but have you ever had a charger spark on you?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. I just have it there, and with my EXO, I do approximately 25 kilometers, approximately.
Okay. So you're good to go. You're free and clear. Ryan Sherwood. We have him, Lyle. I think we have him on the line. Float Goat on IG. He's a New Jersey dude, 38-year-old father of two. Is he with us?
We're having some technical difficulties with him. He's not with us right now.
All right, that's okay. We've got France. We've got Vince Vaughn. I'm sure we've got Vince Vaughn in the Netherlands. He's number 4 on distance, number 8 on streak. Vince, what's the craziest thing that you've seen with a one wheel? Whether it's either people talking about a pint blowing up or a spark charger. Have you seen anything wild happen?
Just this morning, I changed my first pine tire from a local rider in the Netherlands. And when I was almost done and I was tightening the last hub bolt, my new tool I just bought just broke. So that one wheel is okay, but the tool just broke with the last tightening of the bolt.
All right, but your tool is screwed now. So, all right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the customer is happy. Is it a customer or is it just yours?
No, it was customers. I did it for someone. He was happy. Everything worked out for him. Only I had to bring back the tools because, they broke.
So let's get into this a little bit into the Europe. Before I want to talk about Onewheels in Europe. So before we do that, let me get Andrew Williams again. I want to go back to Andrew and Andrew. Like, do you have a problem sending in your board? What's your experience been with sending a board in with a problem? Have you utilized the Stoke Bloke service shops? Like the Stoke Life service shops, excuse me.
Life Service.
Stoke Bloke, of course, if you're going to Lisle here in the East Coast. But, like, what's your experience been with either sending it to Future Motion, getting it back, or sending it to somebody else to do the work for you?
I sent my boards to Future Motion like a year or so ago when they were under warranty. And that was the only time. And ever since then, I've either sent it to folks I met at Float Life Fest, or I just, stumbled across the Stoke Life service. Been talking to Bob about that actually. And I actually connected with Dom in Asheville. I got my trail board I'm about to send to him.
Don't send it to Dom. He'll send it off 6 feet of ledge and bring it into his school, and his friends will ride all around on it. We know Dom.
Dom's a pro when it comes to putting boards back together. He's helped a lot of guys down there.
Yeah.
He's someone who definitely knows the board inside and out.
I love
Probably
it.
because he's split a board in half before.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Missed that kid. So, all right, Andrew, but aren't you ever worried that, like, you're just going to give it to somebody you met at Float Life Fest and,
No,
maybe they're going
I know
screw it up?
It's Spencer from Vabreeze on Instagram. He's a freaking mechanical genius, this guy.
Okay.
And actually, here's a good story. The day I was going to do the downhill slalom, my board bricked. And from that point and until I was online to go, he like ran that board up to me completely fixed. Like new battery, some controller connections all fixed up. Even my threads were replaced. Like, he's a freaking whiz.
The fact that you can get your board back that fast, like, that's crazy. You're
know.
just like, dude, I'm back and riding in days, like, or not even that much. That's super helpful. So that's why I wanted to bring it to our guys in the UK. So let's go to Nick Everett. Where are you exactly, sir?
South Coast, UK.
South Coast. Okay, very good. So between you and Vince and Leslie, like, what has the experience been in, now it seems like you guys have shops. Vince is working on boards for people. You, sir, are doing a great service working on boards for people. Leslie maybe can speak to something in France, but you had to earn that, right? I mean, that wasn't there from the beginning.
No. So, yeah, I mean, I guess it's a case of reputation. If people's boards come first, and customer service comes first. I haven't had anybody trip into what I do. I just do what I do the best I can, and people appreciate it. I get loads of smiles, loads of pictures, loads of thank yous. It's great, so that keeps me going. So yeah, more and more frequently, I'm seeing more tires that need replacing. People wanting battery enhancements. And yeah, I mean, the longer I can keep supporting everybody and keeping their boards on the road is good for me, good for them. So I'm going to keep on doing it.
I love it. Vince Vaughn, tell me what Future Motion can do to connect with the riders who aren't in the U.S.
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, what can we do? Let's give them some ideas, because I don't want to just complain, right? I don't like it when somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, you know what, Adam? We need to work less hours. And I'm like, cool, how are we going to get to that? And they're like, well, I don't know, figure it out. And it's like, well, if you're going to have a complaint, like, let's have some solutions. And I know some of the UK riders, some of the overseas riders, just in general, have felt a little left out. We're like, what are we supposed to do? If I'm in Australia, how do I fix my board? If we're not allowed to have shops or whatever. So
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Like, what can they do? What can we give them to help out some of the riders that aren't in the country?
Yeah, I think if Future Motion isn't willing to, the community is, and that's what we're already doing. So, if Future Motion ever comes into Europe with the service center, it would be cool for every riders, but it would also be cool if they would support the people that are already doing it.
Do you think, Leslie, do you think, I love it, Vince. Leslie, do you think that if they did that, we would have more riders? If Future Motion supported shops doing service overseas, do you think there would be more riders?
For sure, because I have some friends and I know some people that doesn't want to buy some Onewheel because in Europe we don't have a repair shop, very known and very efficient to repair our boards. And if your board had a problem, we have to send in USA, and it costs at least 700 euros. So a lot of person doesn't want to buy a Onewheel because of this. So we definitely need a repair shop in Europe and France too to fix the Onewheel problem. Definitely.
See, I think that's a really good point. Like, if you're going to, I understand that you don't want to, maybe expand too fast, but Belly, like, they have to have a plan to go global, right? You would imagine that's something that they're thinking about.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the best way to spread it globally, and I mean, obviously you can see the board is already global. It's everywhere. You can get it in. We've sent our winner from the pint is Flavio from Japan. I mean, these boards go everywhere, and it's hard for people outside of the US to ship their boards in when it needs a module repair or something simple failing in the board that is covered under warranty, but you still have to pay the shipping costs that you can see and hear are extravagant expenses, where it's basically a whole nother board as is. There needs to be a solution when it comes to not just repairing the boards, but even distributing the boards globally, where they hopefully can expand out in their shop to a global market to really cut down on those costs for anyone outside the US buying a board.
It's good to have you on, man. I miss you. I really do. And Lyle's working hard on the live stream over there. I've got a great panel today. We're not going away with them, but I do want to check if we have the social media lounge and see if there's anything there. Belly, are they saying anything in there worthwhile? Is there anything worth getting to as we go to the social media lounge? It looks like they're commenting away. We finally got our YouTube stream back and ready to go. So what's happening in the social media lounge today?
I asked if anyone had experiences with some sparking stories in the social media lounge, and One Kill says that he has always had a small pop when plugging in, and he's at 4,200 miles now. And now I'm trying to think, what is he doing to his board where it's popping up?
He's plugging it in before plugging it into the power first.
Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. I like Sean Nelson's comment right below that. I sparked a marijuana cigarette once, but I did not inhale.
I told him that's missing the point.
What are you doing? Very good. Very good. No, thank you very much. So back to it. All right, Andrew Williams, you, sir. What's going on TikTok? Do we have anything to expect from you? I know you're a star. You are a Chubbies international spokesperson. It's what's in my notes from Lyle. So what can we expect from you coming up here?
He's a Chubby, for clarification, Chubbies international model and Onewheel top model contestant.
Better. Thank you there, Clyde. I appreciate it. What's coming up on the horizon with you, man?
Yeah, I haven't had much TikTok activity. There's been this video of this Marine whose wife did this incredibly embarrassing, like, savage video, but with like Marine Corps stuff. And I wanted to duet that one, but it's been taken down for good reason. I did a really provocative video on Instagram this week, though. And if you haven't seen that, you should check that out.
Can you send that to me in my Facebook chat, and we will play it for all the people? Will you do that for me? We'll go over here. I'll take you off screen. Just send me the link to that. We'll play it for all the people in all the land. Now, before we let our panel go, I want to get to Nick back there. I want to talk to everybody one more time. Nick, tell us about your shop, man, what it's called, where people can find you. I'd like to get you on for more of like a one-on-one thing, because we haven't really gotten a chance to talk about you, and I'd like to highlight what you do. So where can we find your stuff, dude?
Yeah, cool, man. So website is pincoke.co.uk. The name came from me smashing into a tree and breaking my small finger. So it was just a total random thing, but that's where it came from. We specialize in custom kicks, good quality custom kicks, and we're always looking to improve. the stock is expanding, and yeah, we're just turning more into a service center than just a kick supply. So it's growing quick, and we love all our customers. Bring me some challenges.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude. All right. Well, thanks, Nick. Let's get to Vince. And one more time, just highlight the fact that you are number 4 on distance, Vince. Number 8 on the streak. Dude, we're rooting for you, man. Are you sore? Are you okay? Or what are you up to these days?
I'm okay. I'm just I ride every day. I do everything on my one wheel. Almost never take my car. So yeah, it's been I don't know how many days. Almost 400. Just over a year.
Well, we're pumping for you, man. Let's go. Now I know Javier's up there, and he's gonna be tough to find, but we'll talk to him a little bit later in today's show. Javier Starks, number 1 in distance. So really excited to talk to him about that. All right, very good. Who do I have left? Leslie. Less is more. One more time. You're in France. Shout out anybody you'd like to. What do you have left before we get you out of here?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What would you like to say to the riders, the One Wheel community, before we let you out of here?
I don't know. They have to ride every day. They have to enjoy before to think to perform something. Because I think the most important thing is to enjoy. So we are lucky to have one wheel and to know how to ride and to enjoy with one wheel. So just ride every day, and that's all.
How has it changed? How has the one wheel changed your life, Leslie?
You don't know how it changed my life. It's amazing because since I have one wheel, I travel twice in USA. I did the Float Life Festival, and I met a lot of amazing and lovely people who became my friends, So I started my own company around the one wheel. I give some lessons. No, one wheel changed my life, and I can say that I'm very, very happy and peaceful, since I ride one wheel. So the best mental therapy, that everybody can do.
Big shout out to all of our crew here on the panel today. We had a really good one. Thank you to Nick Everett. I got Vince Vaughn, who's up in there. Ryan Sherwood will join us on another show. We'll get him in there. But Andrew Williams, of course. Leslie, less is more on IG. Don't forget, North Carolina guy.
Bye.
TikTok superstar. See you guys. Andrew, did you send me that link, sir?
Yeah, I just sent it in your Facebook Messenger.
All right, very good. We'll play that in just a second, folks. Don't you go anywhere.
Got to be ready. It might be a little weird.
All right, Andrew, stay on the line if you can. Everybody else, thank you. Andrew, Belly, you're good. Leslie, Nick, and Vince, we'll have you on again soon. You guys are the best. Thank you, gentlemen. And lady. All right, very good. That's exciting. So I want to get to that and see if I can play that for you guys, because why not? All right, so I'm glad you guys are joining us here. Voice of Onewheel, you can catch us, of course, Wednesdays, noon Eastern, right here on TTR Studios. Boy, my computer is working really, really hard, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do this, but let's try.
I can almost hear it from my apartment.
Belly is humming, man. It's struggling.
I can hear it. I can hear the groan of the fan. Just.
It's taking this long to pull up Facebook Messenger, so it's got 5 things plugged into the side of it. There's a reason that we use the studio computer.
Keep the stream going. That's the important thing.
I'm trying. It looks like it's going okay. I think we've only dropped once so far, but the link is coming up here, folks. So we'll do that here in just a second. Just really wanted to say thanks again to our panel and to you for joining us here on Wednesdays. It's a new thing that we're trying to do, and quite frankly, if you had told me that we were going to be able to do this 5 years ago, I'd be like, you're crazy. You cannot have people from 3 different countries, 2 different continents, all over here. I mean, Belly, like, it's this what we're doing is really awesome, and with the producer in his garage, Belly and the co-host over there in Ashburn, I mean, You guys don't realize, like, by the end of
different
these things,
show,
I
it's
am
been,
exhausted.
Since we all got locked into our houses. I mean, it's crazy to me that today we had on three different countries, and then including U.S.
It was cool.
So 4 total. And then it's wild how widespread the Onewheel is across the board. I know Leslie was extremely excited extremely excited over at Float Life Fest this past year. I mean, I remember meeting the three German guys at Float Life Fest last year. All those guys that came out from so far away that you think like the 7-hour ride for me is an easy ride. I might as well just take my Onewheel the whole way down to kind of equate the distance of getting down there to what they do to get to those events and to really be part of the community. So it's awesome that they can be on today.
All right, Andrew, it is time. It is loaded. And Belly, God bless you, because I needed somebody to speak there for just a minute. And you just absolutely killed it for enough time for me to get this all ready to go. So thank you, sir. Just doing your job as good as anybody
Here for filler, guys.
On the planet could do. Andrew, do we need any kind of like a ramp up? Do we need to ramp it up for this at all?
No, I was feeling a little sassy. That's all. A little sassy.
All right, folks. Let's see what happens. Is there volume?
There should be.
There's some sexy music.
Well, I got no volume.
I do hear the sexy music.
Do you?
For me, I started on my own computer.
Here, I'll put some music behind it. There you go. Now, why is this? Oh, Jesus.
This is why he's in the top running of Onewheel top model.
Pretty sure I made that up. I don't even think that exists.
I think CG made it up actually, but and we're just running with it.
It should absolutely be a thing. This should be something that all people should submit for.
All right, Lyle. All right, Lyle, we need to have a show meeting on air. We should. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say we need an end tag. Now, you guys might not know what we're talking about. Andrew, I asked you this question, and so did Lyle. Have you seen Community?
No, I still haven't seen that, man.
Now, there's a reason.
Oh, man.
There's a reason that we're asking you that, because at the end, Lyle, stay on there. At the end of Community, the show that's on Netflix right now, has Joel McHale. Oh gosh, I'm forgetting Annie's name. I should know that. Chevy Chase.
Allison Bry.
Thank you, Allison Brie. Thank you.
Brie or Bry or something.
It's all good, but that was awesome. Thank you. So yeah, it's a great show. Belly and I were talking about it. Lyle mowed through 5 seasons in like 2 days.
Nice.
And
still haven't watched a single episode. You've told me to watch it like 5 times.
Are you on that train? Will you get on the train? I thought. What are we doing, man?
I'm a terrible friend for not watching things.
No, it's fine. So here's what I wanted you guys to understand. The reason we bring this up and we asked Andrew about it is that I want on this show an end tag to every episode. When you watch Community, you stick around. Remember, it was a network TV show, and I know we don't watch those anymore, but if you will, please come into the past with me for a minute and remember how network TV shows, there's always a commercial at like 26, and then like 28:30, there's like a 30-second to a minute-long clip at 28 minutes and 30 seconds, and it'll take you up to the half-hour mark. And that half-minute clip or minute-long clip in Community is a gem every single time. Like, they kill it. It's just a little, The Office, think about The Office does a cold open where it's just a little 2 minutes, has nothing to do with the episode. It's just something that's funny. It's called a cold open. I want a cold close And I want Andrew to be doing them. I think he would be great for just a random, like a This Is Sports Center kind of commercial. You know what I mean? And this video right here, Lyle, would have been GD perfect for it.
That's what I was trying to say.
Hey, I'm all aboard. That sounds fun.
All right. So if you are out there and if you think that you have a comedic streak in you, we're going to start doing a video like we just played at the end of each Voice of Onewheel. I need to outsource this content because we try to come up with as much as we can over here, but it's not about us, and we're honestly not. I mean, we're our own like brand of funny, but we're not comedy writers. I think there's other people in the community that are way better at this than we are, and we'd happily support them. And you'll hear that in the music segment that we have coming up next for Onewheelers. But Andrew,
yeah, I'm in. Things are gonna get weird, but that's good.
Challenge extended. Thank you, sir. You've done a great job. I hope everybody in the social media lounge gives him a huge round of applause. Thank you, Andrew Williams, bud.
Thanks, guys. Catch you next time.
Ah, everybody breathe. Woo! All right, so big stuff happening today. We've got a new thing to do. What's Belly doing? We're going to get into music a little bit here because, well, we had something really neat happen, so I don't want you to miss that. It's going to happen at the end of today's episode. Right around 12:45, we're going to get Javier Stark's going to join us, tell us about his #1 placement on the leaderboard. The dude just rides all day, every day, and his stoke meter, he should be #1 at that too. Wait a minute. Belly, give it to me. You're not up. Belly, hold on. Belly, start again.
If you're in the top 10, the top 25, the top 100 of those leaderboards, you have a dedication to Onewheel that is hard to match, hard to explain. Keep on riding because you are on that board every single day, and it is awesome.
It's impressive, man, and I think that it gets people stoked and it gets them like ready to go. It's like, man, if these guys are riding every day, and who am I? I'm sitting out here going, it's raining. Like, they find a way to do it. And I just want to implore you to don't feel like you have to, okay? I don't want you to feel like you're wrong for only riding it a little amount or however much that you do. Because if you start doing it just to compete and be competitive with other riders, that's cool. But I worry that you're going to lose your stoke. Belly, I don't want them to lose. I don't want their flame to go out. That's all.
No.
You know, like for somebody like Javier, he's not out there doing it because he needs the #1 spot. He's doing it because he loves it. And oh, by the way, guess I'm #1. You know, like that's a byproduct of the fact that he just loves riding so much. And I think that's the kind of mentality that you can have to get you to the top of any of those leaderboards. Same goes for learning a trick. I wish we had Sean Nelson on here. Lyle, can you put a note? Can we have Sean Nelson on next show? I need him in my life. I miss the dude. He throws these. His friend David Vanderhoek.
Also an excellent contestant for the next Onewheel's next top model, might I add.
He would be a good contestant for that. But he just dropped a video, which I believe I can play for you guys. I want to play something from Sean. They do some tricks up there in BC, the British Columbia, and it's impressive. And I go out there and I try new things, and there's a point that I get to where it's like, now it feels like work. And I told a guitar student that I'm working with, when you get to that point, it's good to walk away. It's not quitting as long as you come back to it. And I just want you to remember that. It's not quitting as long as you come back to it. So if you get to a point where you've lost your gumption, if you don't know what that means, go look it up. It's your word of the day, gumption. If you've lost it, walk away. Just make sure you come back to it and stay fresh. Belly, take it away. When is the last time you've lost your gumption, where you have just been making drinks behind the bar and something goes wrong, and then somebody asks you for something, and then somebody else, and you're just like, that's it! I need a minute!
Ooh, yeah. That's what the walk-in cooler's for. It's soundproof, you know. Yeah, you gotta, sometimes when you're in the heat of the rush and someone comes up and complains about something taking too long, or That's after you've told them that there's a giant thunderstorm coming and that it's imminent and there's going to be 5 minutes before the rain just is drenching every aspect of your being. And then they decide to order more drinks. And then when it starts raining, they tell you, it started raining. We don't need the drinks anymore. I'm like, no. You always get to those moments where it's you have to shake your fist, rage out for a second, but you got to just brush that small stuff off and
I don't
keep
think
on rolling through. You know?
I don't think I've ever seen you get to that moment. Like, you're always such a calming presence, which is what's such a great quality.
You don't want to see me explode. It's terrible. It's nuke level of.
I bet terrifying. You get quiet. Do you get quiet where you're like, don't talk to me like that?
Yeah, I pull myself away from those scenarios before I get to those moments. Usually, very, very rarely do I ever lose my cool on a regular basis.
I wonder what Belly would have done with Tony at the pump track.
Damn it, Lyle! Stop instigating.
Well, all I would have done is I'd put my hand on his shoulder and I would have said, "Listen, Tony.
Hey,
we're fine here. You're having a good day, so let's just all have some fun, huh? Huh?
He would have punched you straight in your nose.
Tony? No, first of all, I've stopped too many fights with my calming presence already.
No, you do know what you're doing. Let's go and rock out with David Vanderhook and Sean Nelson filming. I want to show you guys this video if I can. Well, not that. That's all my apps. Here you go. So you think you can curb nudge? Belly, that was taller than the board itself.
From the social media lounge, Billy the Cowboy knows about gumption.
Oh, don't even get me started. Maybe we'll see Billy the Cowboy in just a second. Billy the Cowboy, get ready. You're coming up next.
Onewheel Mob says, don't sweat the small stuff.
There it is. I mean, are you guys seeing this? This is ridiculous. I mean, he literally takes a wall that's taller than his one wheel and somehow nudges this. These guys know what they're doing, man. And I want to get both of them on the show. So Sean Nelson and David Vanderhook, challenge extended. I need you both in my life. That's good stuff, man. That is good stuff. Thank you, Lyle. All right, folks. I bet it's about time to get into it. I do have a few more save videos that we could do, but some good things have happened over the last week or so. When change is forced upon you, it is really frustrating sometimes. It is like not fun. Nobody likes to have change thrust upon them. And if you do, then man, you've got the recipe for life. But I really do think that that is like the key to happiness, is being okay with change. Because I'll tell you, Belly, I mean, there has just been so much change to this show and studio in the last, since I moved, that, I mean, I'm trying so hard to keep it so you guys don't feel it. And it's made us pivot in a lot of the ways that we do things.
Pivot!
Pivot.
So I wanted to throw out there a lesson that I've learned to everybody, which is when change is thrust upon you, which is absolutely what's happening to every single one of us right now, go with it. You can't, I mean, if you can't fight it, go with it.
Don't swim against the current.
Don't go upstream. Don't be a salmon. Go with it.
That's just to lay eggs. That's just to complete you swim upstream to complete your life cycle in the fish world.
Let's do another video showing you somebody who is taking that thought to the max. I'm not sure how this person ended up in a wheelchair, but I'm guessing they didn't plan on it. And you know what? Just not going to stop them. Now, he's not on a one wheel, but I think we'll give him a pass, yeah?
Totally.
I mean, this is... Can we get some gear on this guy? He's freaking me out.
He's a pro.
Just sending it. And this is an electric skateboard, too, so I guess that's a little bit more control. Smart. But what a cool idea.
But
I
he's
was
still
right.
got a balance on his wheelchair.
Absolutely. You can see him rocking from heel side to toe side, and it's just like, dude, the ingenuity there, fantastic, good idea. Change thrust upon me, not gonna hold me down. What's next, Clyde? What else you got? Let's see what else is in there.
I just sent you something, Luch, from One Wheel Soul Rider. If you want to update on his ride down the coast.
What the hell is this? Dad's playing catch. No, we're not ready for that, Clyde. Clyde's getting all kinds of messed up. Let's do this. What did you do? Can you tell everybody what's One Wheel Soul Rider, his quest, and then I'll play this video as it's loading? That'd be great.
So for those of you who don't know, we had One Wheel Soul Rider on 2 weeks ago. He is trekking down pretty much all of the West Coast, going down through all kinds of to California, down to Arizona. I think he's just trekking literally all the way down the West Coast. And right now he just posted about how he's been swimming a couple times during his ride.
He's starting in San Francisco and then making his way down to Mexico.
There you go. He's on his exactly.
So what is this with peeing in the what am I putting up? Why am
just
I
an
putting this
update
on
on
the
his
show?
travels.
Why
and
am
what
I
he's been
putting
up
this
to.
on the show? I don't know why I'm putting this on the show. We support his endeavors, but okay, I guess we'll do this. I went swimming 4 times during my ride yesterday. This just happens to be how many times I peed in public on my San Francisco ride. Coincidence? I think not. Now, this takes me to a problem that I have with my man, One Wheel Soul
Since
Rider.
we were talking about, I mean,
No, don't say it.
We talked
You
about
don't
peeing
say
in the
it.
shower.
Don't say it. Jesus Christ. I literally just broke my TV throwing my hat at you. It broke. It literally just broke. I broke my TV throwing my hat at you. Not really. It's not broken. But it made that like, and then went back to normal. Because you ruined every punchline. Dude, this is exactly where I'm going with this. And I love that you did it.
Ruin punchlines even from a million miles
How did you
away.
do it? My brain goes off and I'm like, oh, what a great segue. We can do this. And then here you go.
Well, we talked about it already, didn't we?
The Patrons Only podcast is probably 2% of our listeners. So 2% of the people know what you were about to just drop. And since you did, we might as well do it anyway. You know I'm fake mad at you, but damn it.
Ah!
Do you pee in the shower? Now, the reason I'm asking you this, and we all know the answer from One Wheel Soul Rider.
Yeah, it's not in the shower. It's in the rivers and lakes.
Which is even worse. Do you pee in the ocean? What's wrong with you? Do you pee in the pool?
Yeah, that I do.
You do in the ocean?
No, I don't do. I just pee in the ocean.
People do. People do. I know it's a show about One Wheels. We'll get back to it. But if you're wondering what the fuck is going on right now, on the Patrons Only podcast, I brought up the fact that I listened to a radio show. And just to give them credit, it's the Dan Lebitard show with Stu Gatz on ESPN. And they polled their listeners, do you pee in the shower? And 80% came back yes, and it was 70,000 people that voted. It's just an alarming number to me of people that are peeing in their shower. And then they asked one of their female reporters, I don't even want to say her name, even though it's public knowledge. You can look it up if you want. She said, yes, every day I do, because Madonna said it's good for your feet.
Because Madonna said.
I mean, I guess we're listening to Madonna now. So all of you out there wondering about foot fatigue, just pee in the shower.
Oh, no.
Dr. Luch has spoken.
Oh, no. That sounds awful.
We're going off the rails today, folks. Here we go. Are we ready for Javier? Can I get him in here? I need Javier Starks in my life. Lyle, can you do that? I know you're working hard over there. Let's see if we can get Javier Starks to join us, talk about what happened in the weekly One Wheel Owners Group and what's happening in his career. Because, folks, here's the thing. If you've never heard Javier and some of his music, it's really good. He's talented. He's our house musician here at TTR Studios, if we can say, even though I do play all the instruments and have been doing this my whole life. I'm a producer, okay? He's the talent. And I want to get some of the talent that's in this community out in the open, All right. And so what we did on the weekly Onewheel challenges page is we said, hey, listen, any of you out there who have some sort of ability to rap, now's your time. Because I've been watching Dave on Hulu. It's an FX show, but it's also on Hulu right now. It's really good, and it's about the rapper, the YouTube rapper. He's not a YouTube rapper. He's just a good rapper, but he started on YouTube. His name is Lil Dicky. And it's just a really funny show about a guy who's a real rapper in real life who raps about his tiny penis. And he's Jewish and white, and it's a funny concept, and he's good. He's, like, really talented as well. And so as I was watching the show, I was like, damn, man, it's really like, you know, you can see right over here, like I've got my keyboard here, and I really want to start producing again. It really brought the producer out in me. So let's go to Javier and see what he thinks. Because Javier, I've got the music itch, man. I've got the creative itch. So can you tell us about like what that feeling is? Like, we'll get into your career in a second, but just can you describe to the people what it feels like when you've maybe had like writer's block for a little while and then all of a sudden a stroke of inspiration hits? What does that feel like?
Well, that actually happened yesterday. It's a really beautiful feeling. I don't think that I ever have writer's block per se, because there's always something to write about, but maybe you're not always feeling inspired enough to write about the things that may be crossing your mind. Maybe you might be feeling more preoccupied with the other things that you're dealing with in life. But yesterday I was listening to, I forgot what I was listening to, but I was just amazed by the artistry and the level of attention and detail that the person had put into their work. And I was just super inspired, and yeah, man, it's really dope when you find that inspiration and it comes back to you, you know.
I know exactly what you mean, man. It's a really fun feeling, and then it feels like now it's pouring out of me, and I have to use it. And I am telling you, I have gotten more sparks of creativity while riding a Onewheel than I ever would have imagined. I don't know, Javier, I feel like it almost puts me in that zone where it is a little meditative, and although life's kind of problems just sort of melt away. Okay. You ride so much. You're number one on distance, dude. Like, how do you not get bored?
Well, right now I'm charging. I am, well, not charging.
I mean, while riding.
But like right now, I just think of, it's like a combination of all the things that I've done. So my Onewheel, I don't get bored because I'm just enjoying the ride, you know? It's like a poster I did. I performed at the Kennedy Center many times.
Oh, we're going to get to that. You leave that right there. I want to do that whole thing. I want to do your whole music career because I want to get to that. But I just, you know, you're riding for 50 miles at a time. Like, you must zone out. Like, you must be able to zone out.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm working on a setup with Bob right now. The most I've ridden consecutively without dismounting is about 32 miles straight, nonstop, in about 2 hours and like 15 minutes. So I be moving pretty quickly. But yeah, man, it's just, I really just enjoy riding. I don't know what to say, dude. Like, I just love riding. It's not about the clocking miles to be number one, dude. I just love riding. It's so fun, dude. It sounds so stupid to say it's so fun.
No, it's just, it certainly is. It really is. And I know that feeling. I think there's a lot of us out there. In fact, it sounds like we've got a lot of comments going on in the social media lounge. What do we've got? I say, Lyle, do you have them? Belly, you've got some? Looks like Lyle's got a few for us.
Yeah, Belly, looks like there's some people talking about the creativity being reawakened.
Sure. We got one wheel with my creativity has also been reawakened by quarantine and unemployment. I think a lot of people are experiencing this right now, and I think we talked about that when it all got going. This is kind of a unique opportunity where you really get to for some to really get to spend some time on passions and unique opportunity to really spend some time on yourself and what you really want to do. So and then you've got Kevin Gilbert saying the Onewheel definitely sparks creativity. Like you were saying, it really opens your mind and gets you in the state where you are more calm and open to more things.
Good.
And even seeing more.
I mean, dude, I'm feeling it. I know you guys are too. Javier, we've got something that I want to play for you because I respect your musical knowledge. Really, there's not many. I mean, I feel like I play the piano, the guitar, the bass, the drums. I sing. I am a DJ as a living. I'm one of the top DJs on the East Coast when it comes to events and weddings. But like, I don't do rap. Like, I have a rap name, Flip Monk. I used to do it as a kid, but like, it's.
Yes.
Maybe if you guys ask nicely, I will let Flip Monk out of the closet where he's buried right now. But
Let him out of the cage.
let him out of the cage, yeah, for sure. But no, I did have something happen on the weekly Onewheel Challenges group where CJ Maxwell of Lemonade Float Co. dropped a verse for us. But before we play it for you and for Javier, because I respect his musical acumen, can you give us a little background of you? Like, what are you up to? What was that cover like? That was the Kennedy Center? Are you for real?
Yeah, so as a hip hop artist, I've been making music for over 15 years now. Many people probably don't know that. I have performed in every major venue in Washington, D.C. I mean, I'm fortunate to be able to say that I perform alongside and work with Grammy Award-winning musicians. I meet a lot of people who a lot of people look up to. So people like Mos Def, people like Talib Kweli, people like my friends produce for people like Kendrick Lamar, Rihanna, etc. Like the whole gamut from Kesha, Ariana Grande. I know really incredible musicians and producers. And I'm fortunate to be in a space where I've performed and traveled in other countries overseas. I teach hip hop. And it's really something that's ingrained in my spirit. And I do it more so, not for the sake of being, wealthy, because I'm far from wealthy, but I do it, the goal with my music personally is to do it in such a way that I impact the youth and generations to come, to show them that you can be successful doing what you love, whether it be one-wheeling, or rhyming, but staying true to yourself and still be successful. So I don't curse in any of my songs or degrade women or glorify money or the use of drugs or any of that stuff. Now, it's not like I'm saying that you shouldn't. If that is your life, by all means, rap about it. But the goal is to show the kids that they don't have to rap about that stuff or don't have to create. You can make a song about playing soccer and go triple platinum, but they don't believe it because all they see is the glorification of these other things. So my goal is to set an example, and something like the Kennedy Center, which is one of the most prestigious institutes and musical artistic institutes in the world, is something that I frequent. I've performed at least 7 or 8 times. They know me when I walk in, and it's an honor to not only be recognized for the work that I've done as a musician, but also as a youth advocate, someone who's been out there doing the work to try to make a difference in my community. And I'm just fortunate to have worked with people like yourself, Adam, or people like Logic. I've literally just been fortunate to work with a bunch of really incredible people. So I love music, quality music. I'm not a Nazi or an elitist. I can see the beauty in something that may not necessarily be my taste, but I like music, yeah. All kinds of music, from Sade to Alice in Chains to Led Zeppelin to B.B. King to Michael Jackson to I listen to all of it. Yeah,
well,
I just love music. Yeah.
You mentioned that you don't have to rap about a certain thing and that people
Correct.
don't believe that. I got an example for you. Okay, so. Okay. I don't know if we can get Javier on this, but CJ Maxwell has started this out. So obviously, dude, this happened in the weekly Onewheel Challenges group, Javier. Now, I don't think you're in there, but we got to get you in there soon, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So because he didn't see this, and so we're talking, and our texts didn't go back and forth. I swear to you, we were texting back and forth this week, and it didn't happen. Like, he showed me screenshots of text that didn't come to me. I would love to get you on this, but CJ Maxwell from Lemonade Float Co. Drop the first verse. What happened, if you're not in the weekly Onewheel Challenges group, is I just put a beat out there, very basic beat. I wasn't trying to make anything that was going to go nuts. If I wanted to hear what you guys do with it first, and then figured I'll dress it up afterwards. So I put 10 minutes into this beat. I was like, let's just keep this basic AF and see if somebody can build off of it. Your boy CJ Maxwell did. He gave us a minute, and it is the first verse of this new beat. I'd love to get Javier on this. I'd love to get you on this if you're out there listening. I'm trying to add to this, but let's just get to CJ Maxwell and his first verse of our new Onewheel Rap.
Hey, went fast and I nosedive. Fell right on my face, cut ties with the coast, get a post ride. 2 girls, 1 wheel, let's race, no waves, what we be carving. My stoke be steady, starving. Board low, so let me charge it. Nose up, got around to the burris. Shit seem fine, that I'm sure of. Climb that hill, bump that rock. Yes, them pines do sure stop. These things fancy, please don't pass me. I'm now broke, shit cost a guap. I'm coming up fast. Fanny pack up on my ass. Switch to the whisper, shh, don't make a sound. Mission got my feet parallel to the ground. Change up the fender, change up the rail. Keep up the focus, float it or fail. Bodie for Sheezy like Jeezy, he real. Bodie the reason I stepped on the wheel. Bored in the house, bored in the house, bored. Charge anywhere, just don't forget the cord.
CJ Maxwell, ladies and gentlemen, are you kidding me?
That was great.
Clean.
That was
clean,
amazing.
I like that.
I was like, yo, okay, Lemonade Float Co. What's up?
Coming in strong.
That was a strong start to that. Very excellent. You know, I honestly, for me, the bass beat doesn't click with me, and it's so amazing how music works, where that beat can really click with someone and create something like that.
Lyle, do we accept?
This is incredible.
Javier, do we accept?
I like it. It's dope. It's got my thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, 6 thumbs up, 8 thumbs up. You know what? That's 10. 2 from Clyde, 2. All right, CJ Maxwell. We're going to play one more for you on your way out of here. Maybe you guys in the social media lounge can put a little bit of, if you ask Javier nicely, maybe we can get him to drop verse 2. I don't know. We'll see.
From the social media lounge, you've got people are psyched about the beat and saying how awesome it is. A lot of fire symbols going on.
Tons of
they
fire.
also say that respect to Javier. They also want to see a Flip Monk Clyde rap battle. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, what an awesome beat to drop. That was awesome.
All right, so if you like that and you want to hop on it, please, I'm telling you, that's the bare bones, and then we're going to dress it up around whatever you guys come up with. It's just so neat, and I know Lyle can speak to this before we get you guys out of there. Javier Starks, dude, I'm going to let you go. I know you got things to do, and you're out on a ride. So, dude, thank you for joining us, buddy. I appreciate you.
No doubt. Thank you for having me, y'all.
Anytime, my man. We will see you soon, and hopefully we'll get you on there.
Congrats on number 1.
Hey, thank you, Belly.
Number 1.
Thank you, Lau.
Number 1. Later, buddy. Okay, so very good. Javier is just our musical house guy. So what I wanted to say is if you do enjoy that and you want to hop on this, feel free. Just hit me up. I'll show you. But you've got to go over to the Weekly Onewheel Challenges group, and all the instructions are right there. He literally did that on his phone, sent it to me, and we mix it together. So it's very simple. You don't have to have anything but a cell phone to do this. I can make it sound pretty decent in the studio. It's just, I know you guys might be able to speak to this. We might run a minute or two long here, but Lyle, you can probably speak to this. It's so cool when you can have an idea because you're watching a TV show, like I'm watching, for example, I'm watching Dave. It sparks an idea that says, man, I want to get my producer on again. And so I create a beat and then I throw it out in the world and all of a sudden we have that. Lyle, I know you could probably speak to that. Just how great is this community?
Humbling.
You said humbling. I had your fader down. Start with humbling.
Yeah. It's just so cool. Like, we're talking about Sean Nelson today, and he's like, everybody knows me as the bearing guy, but he threw out that knowledge, and that's just how this community is. It just throws out this knowledge for people to use and to just become richer, not only financially, not just financially, but in a community sense. And he's like, I want to be known as the curb nudge guy. And yeah, you just kind of nailed it. And it was kind of cool.
Awesome. Well, I know
yeah.
the same thing happened to you. I was going to say with the group rides, Belly. Lyle was telling me that with the group rides, that was just an idea. That virtual group ride, that was Lyle's idea with Nate Spuick, and we just kind of came out. It was an idea that sparked in a garage, and maybe during a Spark sesh, you never know of whoever is making these ideas. And
well,
it comes
came
to
at a
life.
Perfect. I mean, honestly, those kind of things came at a perfect time. As One Woman One Wheel mentioned in the comments in the social media lounge today, quarantine and really locking ourselves down inspired new ideas, and the show today and what the show is today is inspired partly by those virtual group rides and how successful they were and what you guys did to put those on, which was excellent work by you, Lyle, Nate. Really just gathering in a community. And I mean, the fact that you can even bring in 100 riders at once, and then you've probably got a queue of another 100 riders wanting to get in to the virtual group rides.
You're just as much of a, you're just
really
as much
speaks to the community itself and how involved we all want to be with each other. And that's what events like, you've got, what do they got coming out in Colorado? They've got something
the Glenwood Games.
Glenwood Games you've got coming out. You've got DC's trying to put Stoke Life Fest together. You've got Float Life Fest for the last 3 years coming on year 4 here, and hopefully continuing on down. And hopefully, the Onewheels all pull together and buy Reed Ranch down there.
Belly, I love it, man. You've been such a help for this too. You're a part of this community just as much as anybody else. You've been super helpful. Lyle today, thank you. Good job. You guys killed it as always, and thank you to everybody in the social media lounge. Really, it's good to have you back. We've missed you. I want to drop that CJ rap one more time for you guys. I think it is well deserved. CJ Maxwell from Lemonade Float Co. Make sure you go over there and tell him he is a badass. Give him some love because, well, this is just pretty damn awesome. He did it for you. I hope you like it, folks. And if you'd like to get on it as well, head over to the weekly One Wheel Challenges. See you guys.
Hey, went fast and I nosedive. Fell right on my face, cut ties with the coast, get a post ride. 2 girls, 1 wheel, let's race, no waves, what we be carving. My stoke be steady, starving. Board low, so let me charge it. Nose up, got around to the burris. Shit seem fine, that I'm sure of. Climb that hill, bonk that rock. Yes, them pines do sure stop. These things fancy, please don't pass me. I'm now broke, shit cost a guap. I'm coming up fast. Fanny pack up on my ass. Switch to the whisper, shh, don't make a sound. Mission got my feet parallel to the ground. Change up the fender, change up the rail. Keep up the focus, float it or fail. Bodie for Sheezy like Jeezy, he real. Bodie the reason I stepped on the wheel. Bored in the house, bored. Charge anywhere, just don't forget the cord.